And while I blow a few grand, they say they never really know you till you dead or you gone. So if I die today, I hope I live through my songs. And I've lost a lot of homies, but this life goes on.
Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy Nino_2113, and as you can see, you guys are finally seeing my face. Well, I've done, videos with my face in it before, but that was like a while back. But anyways, this is the first episode, I guess, story time, if you want to call it that. I want to give a big shout out to OGK Spartan. He's the one that inspired me to do this because, I don't really open up to too many people, about my past, about my life, or anything like that. But definitely a big shout out to him. I want to give a big shout out to HJ2K Hakeem. He's another one that also is doing story time. So, But yeah. So this episode is going to be my first big fight, fist fight, and this happened when I was 13. Yeah, I was in middle school. Yeah, back in middle school, I was pretty well. I wouldn't say shy, but I would keep to myself. Like, I wouldn't really say much. Like, I had friends, but I didn't really like to do half the things they like to do. I like to just cut class or doing anything. Like, when I was in middle school, I went through a phase where 6th grade, it was basically, I was always in school. And I was a good boy, if you want to call it that. Then 7th grade, I was a bad kid. I didn't want to go to school. I used to cut class, leave school, not give a damn. So 8th grade, I decided to change it up, change my attitude, did what I had to do. But throughout these years, I used to get picked on a lot. I used to get picked on by a variety of bullies. And there was this one bully in particular, and you guys are going to laugh at this, he was Asian. But he thought he was hard. So he used to try to pick on me all the time in class and gym. He used to try to run up on me and, always try to fight me. And, I was always, as a kid, I was always told, just walk away. It's not worth it. So one day in particular, and this is a Friday, and I remember it vividly because I was hyped because I believe the next day there was a party that I was going to. It was a girl's birthday who I really, really liked, and I was happy I was going. Because, I thought I was like, yeah, I'm going to make a move on her tomorrow. I don't care. That's all I was thinking about. So, in particular, this happened right after school. So, school ends, and my dad is picking me up. And my dad used to drive a dark green 99 Honda Civic. And I used to love that car because he was fixing it up. And I literally think, oh, this is the same freaking Honda, from the Fast and the Furious movies. So that, that was I used to love driving in that car with him. But when I walked out of school, the school, there was 3 different exits, and there was one on the side where it led to the main street. And there's always a big group of guys that I guess they weren't. Well, you can't say they're jocks because they weren't really team sports, in the school because you're in middle school, right? But they were the popular ones. There you go. And the Asian kid, the one that bullies me, is in this little group. So I walk past these guys, thinking, I'm like, yo, where the heck is my dad at? And I didn't want to walk past him because I knew he was gonna try to push me or some shit like that, and I didn't want to deal with that. I just wanted to go home. My dad is parked right in front of them. So I'm laughing. I'm like, oh, Jesus. So something told me to roll down the windows because I knew this dude was going to say something. I just had a feeling he was going to say something. So I roll the windows down after I get in the car. And my dad pulls away very slow. And thankfully he did. Because as soon as he pulls away, I clearly hear him say, yo, I was about to beat that nigga's ass yesterday. He a punk, he a little bitch. So I go, Dad, did you hear what the dude just said about me? What dude? I'm like, he just called me a punk, bitch ass, and yada, 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 whatever. My dad, I'm thinking my dad was going to be like, whatever, bro. It's words of words, whatever. And we're going to drive away. No. See, my dad is from the Bronx. So all of you that know New York in general, I'm just saying in general, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, whatever, Manhattan, Staten Island, whatever the case may be, in general, anybody that lives in the hood, in any type of hood in New York, y'all know how it gets down. So, my dad, instead of kept on driving away, this man puts the car in reverse and backs up. He gets out the car and I'm like, yo, what are you doing? And he goes, which one is it? Him, pointing right at the Asian. He's like, come here. He goes, you want to fuck up my son? Go ahead. I'm thinking, I'm like, yo, what the fuck is he doing? And then he looks at me and goes, if you lose, I'ma beat your ass when we get home. I'm like, oh God. So I'm like, I got double whammied. I'm like, great. And then of course, all that big group that was standing on the corner on the other side of the school, I think there was a firehouse there. It was a corner on a fire, like right next to a firehouse where the firefighters were at. But anyways, so they started looking at me and they started laughing. And then the Asian nigga's like, yeah. I'm like, fuck, whatever. So he throws his hands up. And I'm just staring at him like, yo, how am I gonna go about it? So he kind of swings at me and he misses. And then at the time I'm wearing like a sweater jacket. I don't know why I was wearing that. I didn't take that off. He kind of grabs on it and then he decks me one time. Decks me straight in the mouth one time. That sets me off and I deck him back like 2 or 3 times. By the time, see, what I was going for was I was trying to deck him a couple times, pick him up and slam him. Because, I'm a big wrestling fan, so at that time, I don't care. I just want to slam him just to, whatever, because I thought it would be funny. But I decked him about 2 or 3 times, and apparently, his words, he runs away because there was security coming. The school safety, security, whatever. He runs away because of that. And what does my dad do? He goes, get in the car. I'm like, are we done? He's like, yeah. Alright. No, we're not done. He lies to me. He gets in the car. He drives down. The school was on a hill, so he drives down the hill, makes a right, makes another right, comes right back up the hill, and goes, yo, he looks at the kid, he goes, you want more? I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? He's like, yo, y'all good? Y'all got what y'all needed to get out? He's like, yeah. He's like, why did you run? I was like, no, security was coming. My dad was like, nah, they weren't going to do anything. I would have told him, yo, let them fight, let them handle their business, whatever. But anyways, so I decked him a couple times. He ran because of security. And this is on a Friday. So I come back on Monday on school, and I am praised like a mother. I have everybody saying, yo, you made that nigga run. That shit was funny. That reputation of that fight walked with me all the way to high school. Because there was a few of those guys that I knew that went to the same high school I went to. Because, the school system in California is different. I mean, you can kind of choose what high school you want to go to. But sometimes, fucking school district, you don't get what you want. So I wanted to go to a high school that all my friends went to that was close to my dad's job, but I ended up going to the neighboring high school. They made me go there, so whatever. But all in all, that was a very interesting Friday for me. I was never bullied again by him. I was never picked on by anybody. After that, everybody just left me alone. Everybody was cool with me. They never said a thing about me anymore. So that was my first big fight, and ironically it involved my father, so thanks, Dad. But yeah, I mean, I really hate when people bully people, because what do you really get out of that? I mean, if you're trying to make a point that you feel that you're better than the other person, then I think that's just stupid. But all in all, I actually do appreciate what my dad did that day, because it made me a better person. It made me say, you know what, there are times where you can walk away, but then there are times that you got to stand up for yourself. And it's that simple. But anyway, guys, I know this is probably a quick story time, but You know, it's not like a huge story. Like, you know, it's just, you know, my first big fist fight. I thought that was, you know, interesting to say. I definitely appreciate all my subscribers. I definitely appreciate all the support that I get in the comment section, so I thank all of you for that. And again, big shout out to OGK Spartan and HJ2K for you guys kind of, you know, motivating me to do this instead of just always live streaming, you know, games and stuff like that. I'm definitely going to continue doing this story time or storytelling or whatever you want to call it. And yeah, so peace.